Let's talk about friendship. Let's talk about kindness. If you hang around negative people on the internet, it will infect your mind. When we are looking at candles on a screen, don't forget they are just candles, but also we know, friends, it's more nuanced than that. We see the story. We feel the story with every single red candle and the green ones too, but the red hurts more than the green. We know that already. So when we're looking at Bitcoin or Ethereum or any other altcoin in the sphere, Chainlink, Doge, Polkadot, Pulse Chain, Hex, PulseX, whatever they are, Poor Pleb, of course, anything, it doesn't matter. It's always the same game. There is a narrative, a story that we're going to attach to it. So what's the difference? At the end of the day, what's the difference? The person who holds the longest. Statistically, that's the difference. Of course, you got to pick the right coin. You got to be in the right area, but it's whoever holds the longest. What does holding the longest means? It means holding through the depression, exiting in euphoria. There is a journey along that path. If you let yourself get infected by negative mindset poopy heads, you're not going to make it. You're going to sell too early. You're going to sell on the bottoms. You will do that. I've seen that many times. I've lost count. Unfortunately, people will get themselves into a position they can't get out of. Mentally, you've got to keep thinking of long term. That's the only way to make it. I'd like to ask you now, do you think there was any positive news for Ethereum when it was $100? Do you think, Ethereum, yeah, blue chip now was great. Do you think there was honestly anything good to say about Ethereum back down here? No, there wasn't. There was nothing. This whole time, even Ethereum's still here, literally nothing. Ethereum for 500 days, absolute nothing. Pathetic. Not one good thing. I remember during this time, I was not on Twitter, didn't even know how to use YouTube back then, could barely keep my back straight. I saw Vitalik made a comment about Bitcoin Cash. And he was praising Bitcoin Cash a bit. And it was interpreted as FUD. I don't know how it came across the screen, but I remember this and people were saying, oh, he shouldn't have talked about Bitcoin Cash because it had such a negative agenda on it at the time. That was the type of FUD going on. Now, you laugh about that now. But this is what was happening. Vitalik said something nice about Bitcoin Cash and said, yeah, we might be able to use it or do something. And the people were like, oh, that's so bad. Yuck. Sell. You laugh at this now. Why do you laugh at it? Because you know the future. You know what happened. The price went up. You already know this. So it's very hard for us to go back in time and actually be unbiased. But I'm here to tell you, that's it. I'd like to ask you, what about when Bitcoin was $3,200? You think it was easy? There was no good news. It was just negative mindset people. Luckily, I did all my homework and research. I learned about the money supply, how money moves around the world, how everybody gets scammed through inflation, money debasing, how governments are going to have to put this on the treasuries eventually because their own fiat systems are getting too competitive. And even if they don't, someone's going to price it in as if they do. That's the most important part. They don't have to really put it on their treasury. Someone can just be first to the party and price in the fact that they're going to put it in, right? All these possibilities. You have to get in early. There was nothing good news in it. If I was listening to negative mindset people, would have never held, ever. Not a single chance. You got to think about that for yourself. I'm here to look after you. That's why you like, subscribe, bell button, or you press the belly button. We're here to shock the algorithm. You know, when Bitcoin was even $16,000, American dollars, back in November 2022, it was also poopy. You were just here. We lived it, man. There was literally nothing good to say. You know, you're looking at it like, oh, but BlackRock was coming in. Yeah, you didn't know. You think BlackRock came and told you? They didn't tell you poop. BlackRock did not come and tell you. I was telling you here. I was telling you that everybody was short. I was telling you everybody giving up. I was telling you that we're going to go up. I was telling you the weak hands are poopy heads. Doesn't matter what they say. You know what the weak hands were saying when they were selling? They were saying Grayscale's gone under. FTX is a Ponzi. We've lost all depression and hope. We're never going to go up. We're correlated to the stock market. The Fed's raising rates. There is literally no reason for us to be in crypto anymore, even Bitcoin, because the Fed is raising rates. Why would I put my money in here when it can't even go up and it's diminishing? There's no reason to ever own this piece of trash. That's what they were saying over and over again. Also talking about Mt. Gox is going to get released. Also talking about the government's going to sell Silk Road. Also talking about the KYC measurements. All of these bad news. They were here. You just forget them. Why? Because you know the price went up. I was there. I was living it every single moment of the day. Go back to my Twitter. Every single day, I was yelling at it like a madman with a peanut brain. Just me and my peanut brain. if I was hanging around negative people, and I know we're in the Twitter sphere, in YouTube, there are negative people everywhere, man. They're negative. But you got to understand why they're negative. You know, they're negative because they click sell and now they want to FUD. If you really hate something, how about you click sell and leave? Why don't they ever do that? You ever ask that yourself? Why don't they click sell and leave? If you own Johnson & Johnson stock, J&J, are you going to go to the Johnson & Johnson forums every single day and go, Johnson & Johnson make terrible baby powder. My baby's still got a rash on his bum, did nothing. Are you going to go do that? Just FUD baby powder all day? No. You would say somebody who does this has a mental illness. They are bored. They are depressed. They have something wrong with them. They're missing a hole. There's a hole there. All right. Now, I'm not here to judge. I'm here to tell you that you know that hole in their little heart? So this is their little heart. This is their little hole. Their hole can be fixed by making them unbored again. You know how they get unbored? They can't buy back in. What's the biggest FUD right now? You see Hex, Pulse Chain, PulseX. You see all the poopy towns, all the prices going down. There's also lots of Chainlink FUD as well. You're like, why aren't you ever going down? You're down against Ethereum after this many years. It's the same thing, man. There's people with holes in their hearts. They will come back. Metcalfe's law, it all relates to the network effect. The community is the asset, not the code. There was never any good news down there. Never. There's still no good news. You got to avoid negative-minded scum. You got to stay cozy. I love this little peppy picture. You have to stay cozy at all times. Stay cozy and help each other when you can. Mr. Colin Talks Crypto has a channel. Very nice gentleman. He says, it's funny, you're right. I remember when Ethereum was under $1, people were calling it a poop coin and a scam. The trick is to remember this and go against the herd. It is tough. Yes, it is. Of course it's tough. Of course it's tough. I made a post here. You enjoy this one, friends. There is a guy, it's still there publicly, in the comment section on Ethereum ICO page. He bought at the bottom. He bought on launch. Now, I don't remember the exact prices, but he literally bought. I'm going to get this out for you. You're going to laugh. This guy bought something ridiculous, like $1 or $2. Literally bought it $1 or $2, and he made a freaking 2x, and he bragged about it. Yeah, I'm not joking. Yeah, he literally bought down here on the open, and he made like it could have been like 40 cents. He could have bought like 40 or 50 cents, sold it for $1, and he's out. And he actually went and bragged. You want to know how much he owned? He literally owned thousands of Ethereum. Woohoo! I'm a genius! Never got back in. Well done. Congratulations. Went and bragged on it. Isn't that funny? That's what happened. Yeah. Imagine that. Imagine the look on his face. And I don't know which country he was from, but he sounded like he was from maybe a second world country. Oh, man. So, like $10,000 in a second world country, that's like $100K to first worlds. Big difference. Look what he missed out on. Congratulations on your little 2x. Congratulations. If you go back in time and you say, hey, why'd you sell? What would it say? What would he say? He would say, I'll tell you what he'd say. He'd say, 1, profit is profit. Got to take profit when the market gives it to you, right? That sounds logical, doesn't it? Yeah, that sounds logical. What else is he going to say? He'll also say, I don't like Vitalik. Looks like an alien, right? So he'll say something about the founder. Doesn't like something about the founder, right? People were saying that. They didn't even believe aliens were real back then. Now we know they're real. Now it's like, okay, we know they're real. It's just like, how many races are there? How many species? Are we talking like dozens or hundreds or thousands, right? We know they genetically engineered us. How much? Are there other human-looking ones? Are we the aliens? You see what I mean? It's a different game. But back then, we didn't know the game. Many other things, friends. Another thing. What would this person have said when he sold his little Ethereum on like 2 or 3x? He would have said, can't be greedy. Right? He would say, got to slowly compound your gains. Get rich slow, not fast. Everyone wants to get rich fast these days. I hope they're ringing a bell. Isn't that funny? I hope they're ringing a bell. I'm telling you the truth here. You don't have to believe me. People who say this, they sell on a 2x. That's it. They sell on a 2x. You are going to focus on them winning that 1 2x, and you're going to forget that what you see right now can be used to help you. Do you see an army of 2x sellers who are your friends who retired off of 2x? I'd like to ask you this. Do you have access to a Telegram, a Discord, WhatsApp group, friends? Do you have like an OnlyFans or friend tech group? Do you have an access to a community of people who all sold on a freaking 2x and retired? No, because they don't exist. Why don't they exist? Because crypto is freaking asymmetric, man. It's technology. There is no world where crypto kind of like does nothing in the world. It either goes to zero or we keep onboarding the world. That's it. So if you're selling on your poopy little 2x, you're going to get your poopy little rewards. All right. Now, it takes a man to tell you this when the prices are down. All right. When's everybody going to tell it to you, friends? You know exactly when. They're going to start speaking the words I'm speaking at the tippy top. That's when they are. People will take my words out of context and they will say, I told you, you can't sell on a 2x, mate. You got to stay in the game. Like, yeah, no. That's not for the Euphoria party time talk. That's depression and Richard Hart getting arrested and Elon Musk maybe having 10th kid, doesn't even know what's going on anymore. That's those types of FUD stories, right? Vitalik's getting bored, Charles Hoskinson, SEC attacks, right? That's when you're supposed to be thinking with this mindset, not when everybody's literally naked. They're partying naked in the pool, right? You're paying those girls to be here. They infected the pool with the water. You're going to have to clean the pool tomorrow. It defeats the whole point of having a party. And the glitter's now in the pool. Now you have to get a pool cleaner. Think, friends, think. Okay? And they don't even act like they want to be there too. We have to use our minds, friends. It's very easy to get caught in emotions. The most beautiful part about markets is that we can look at our emotion in a candle. We can actually look at it. In real life, you can't. It's very hard. You know, some people when they're hungry, they just get angry. You know, some people, when they get sleepy, you know, their mood changes as well. See this? But there's no price chart. But now there is a price chart. Red means down and bad. Green means good and up. That's what it is. So you got to think about it, all right? Think about that guy bragging for a 2x. All those logical comments he would have made. It makes sense. And I think the most important lesson of all is from Mr. Pipcatcher saying, with each Somi post, I am one step closer to admitting I have a problem. I think we will interpret that in our own minds. Like, subscribe, bell button on, and catch you in the next one.